No. All right. Well, it's not going to even play the intro this time. It's like, screw your intro,
I have an
Emily.
intro.
Hey.
There we go.
Did you hear it?
Yeah, I hear it.
You can hear it now?
Yeah.
Welcome to Get Offset. My name is Emily, and I've got a fever.
And my name is Andrew, and I
I don't have a
found my old cowbell. I forgot I had.
I should specify, I do not have a fever. I'm
Yeah, that's not
feverless.
something you want this year.
No, I was trying to make a cowbell joke because Andrew brought out that cowbell.
I've got a fever, and the only prescription is more Pfizer or Moderna. Yep.
Ooh.
And
I'm not
joining
the
us
only
today is
yeah.
the
Sorry,
one,
Haley.
the only, Haley from Rocket Music Gear.
You might have seen her guitar straps on lovely folks such as Daniel Donato and myself. I have one of your straps right here on my American Professional 2 Series Jazzmaster.
It looks
I
great.
think this is called Memphis or
Yes.
something.
I
Yeah, I
have
love this.
two
It's so
behind
90s
me.
Oh
nostalgia.
yeah, Andrew, you got some special ones over there.
I do. Yeah. So I've got the one that you allegedly made, but I
Yep.
can't prove anything because it doesn't have your logo on it.
Mhm.
And then I've got the snazzy looking strap over there, and then I've got the other one sitting in the back that's gonna have a friend here very soon.
Yep.
Yes, and I have we haven't talked about what's new yet, but I also have another strap coming for something that's, if you're watching the video episode, being obscured by my noggin, and if you're not watching the video episode, you maybe have seen a picture on Instagram, but I haven't talked about that yet. Unless we don't want to get it. Is it too soon for what's new?
Almost. I just like
Can I tell my latte story though?
you can tell your latte story, and we can all be horrified.
So last weekend I bought some milk, some whole milk to make ricotta, which I've done successfully several times and failed horribly at last weekend. I ended up with I started with 5 cups of dairy, followed the directions I followed a billion times before to get a cup or more of ricotta, and I ended up with 2 tablespoons of ricotta. It made for a lovely post-run snack, but it was not enough for the spaghetti squash casserole I was making. But
Ricotta,
I
be kidding
digress.
me.
I know it was. It's like I'm doing some. It's like my favorite cookbook is Amy Sedaris's cookbook, and in one of the recipes, she says this recipe makes 24, but I only get 22, so I'm doing something wrong in the recipe. But I had asked my husband, like, hey, if the milk is still good, could you maybe make me a latte in the morning, because it's something that he does enjoy making lattes. He really does enjoy using the espresso machine. He's like, yeah, sure, great. Um, and I woke up and he's like, I couldn't really get the milk to foam. But I promise it's in there. And I look at the latte and I look at the milk and I go to the fridge and I take the rest of the milk out and I smell it. And I look at him, he's like, it doesn't smell that bad. And I was like, you're right, it doesn't smell that bad. And I take just a tiny little sip, but also horrify my husband because I appear to really like tilt the bottle back a lot because it was mostly empty, and I just immediately start gagging and spitting into the sink. It was bad.
So you've got a fever, and you don't have a sense of smell. I'm really
Oh no,
concerned.
I have a oh, I could smell it. It's just I don't know if it's cuz it wasn't ultra pasteurized milk. Um it didn't smell as nasty as it tasted. And it tasted bad.
Well, I'm gonna sit
That's
here
one
and
way to put some hair on your chest in the
I'm
morning.
gonna judge all of you that put milk in your coffee. I'm gonna drink my Americano here.
It was a latte. Oh, as you drink your Americano, your watered down baby juice, baby
Um,
coffee.
no, this is actually phenomenal. Um, yeah,
I believe it.
it sure beats milked down coffee.
Does it?
It does. No. So I got an early Christmas present this year already. And it's a Baratza Encore, really fun grinder. Because I've been using not that grinder for a while now. And so a friend of mine got it for me for Christmas, and
Is it a burr grinder or is it?
it's a burr grinder. It's the real deal. I'm pretty excited for it, but I've been trying to nail down my recipe for AeroPress for a while now. And using the exact same recipe as the old grinder with the new grinder, changing nothing but the grinder. Just instantly, it's a completely different cup. It's just so much better.
Nice.
I hate to sound like a snob, and I know that you're probably listening to me thinking like, "Oh my God, this guy's he's one of them." Oh no.
I mean, we're in Seattle. It's pretty on brand for Seattle. That and the whole Antifa jurisdiction thing.
Yeah, I suppose. Is that a Seattle branding thing now?
Oh. Greetings from an anarchist jurisdiction.
All right,
but
glad to know that I am now defined by Photoshop pictures on Fox News's headlines.
Just Photoshop the same asshole into every single picture.
They
And I
did
will call
that,
him
and it
out.
took like people 3 days to figure out like that's the same exact photo that they've cut and paste over like
Actually,
random.
it took that long because they were A-Bing different images on the homepage, but they definitely wanted the scary looking white guy with the semi-automatic rifle.
Like the
and
green
everything.
jacket and all that. Yeah.
They weren't even like photoshopping out the color, like the between his armhole, like you could see like the original background, like in his elbow.
It's like from Spider-Man where he's like, I want a picture of Spider-Man doing something wrong. And like someone photoshops it, hands it in. He's like, thank you so much. And like 3 days later, he's like, oh no, we have to print a retraction.
Retractions don't.
Except for the retraction doesn't exist. But anyways, yeah, no, I've been really enjoying the new grinder and making myself AeroPress just about every single day. So I've got it
Nice.
down to 35 grams of coffee, and then 140 grams of water. So a 1-to-4 ratio of ground to water. Upside down brew method on the AeroPress for 3 minutes, press for 30 seconds, and then add another 70 grams of water. That's what I've got so far.
Congratulations. I'm glad you figured it out. I just kind of shake some coffee grinds into the top of the percolator, eyeball it, think, that looks like how much coffee I need today. I remember once my mom was over. Actually, happy birthday to my mom! Hey,
Happy birthday, Emily's mom, who I met once at a concert.
You did meet her at an Elvis Costello concert. That was fun.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Rick and I just kind of sat in the back and getting drunk together. It was great.
Rick did not get drunk because he drove. I remember this.
For no reason. Haley, what's new with you?
I'm going to have to cut all of that, so let me just make sure. She's not going to like that. Thank you.
Just bleep out everything that I say about your mom and let people wonder. Unnecessary censorship.
I forget that this is like partially live and partially not, and you have the ability to cut things out.
Yes,
we don't do it
true.
frequently.
Yeah.
No, we don't. We haven't done it in a long time, actually.
Oh.
I only cut stuff out of last week's episode because we lost Dan officially, like afterwards, but we could still talk to him. So there's like 3 minutes of like silence, and then you hear us all go, yeah. Oh, that's a great point, or something like that.
That's super funny.
So I did have to cut that last week.
That's funny. But yeah, to answer your question, I've been like extremely busy Christmas orders wise. Super. Like, what did I say I did? I think in the last 30 days alone, I've done like 120 orders just this month.
Holy smokes! Is this your full-time job then?
It is. Yes.
That's awesome.
So
Andrew and I are both jealous.
It's not like it just happened instantly though. It took time. So
yeah, you just posted what 3-year anniversary?
Yeah.
Starting the business?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Cuz I did, like I said, I don't know if you read it, but I started out with like a couple $100 and I just had the flip sequiny straps, which I might have. Oh, I have one right here.
Is it
this one?
And it's like those pillows where if you like rub your hands along the front one way, it's a different color.
Yeah. So I started out with those, and then after 3 years, I finally have like 120 items and counting. So, I mean, it's pretty good.
Nice. So for those of you listening to the podcast, Haley is just has her backdrop is just a bunch of really cool looking guitar straps. And Rocket Music Gear is they are primarily guitar straps. I don't know if I want to say custom, but definitely unique designs.
Mhm.
I know you do some one-offs.
Yeah.
But it's pretty much a matter of like, does the fabric exist, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, like,
Yeah.
what else? Oh, this one right here. That's like a one-off.
Oh, nice.
But I won't sell that one,
Yeah.
obviously. But I made that for myself because stormtroopers are cool.
Yeah.
Hello, yes, Disney. Yeah,
we don't
it's
anger
her
mice.
again.
You know, if you've gotten a C and D from Disney, then you're doing something fine.
Yeah.
Like my brother's gotten a few from Marvel and
Nice.
Disney.
Well, Andrew has a cool one over there.
I do the BB-8 to
Yeah.
match with my Jennings, which I've also named BB-8.
That guitar that you got earlier in 2020, Andrew?
That's still probably the best gear acquisition of the year for me.
Yes, we'll talk
I'm still
about
excited
that
about it.
at some other point. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. And now you're expanding into those really cool looking pedal boards.
Yeah, that just happened. I should have brought one over here to show it on camera. That was.
Does your small size board fit in like a monotic? Out of curiosity.
I'm not quite sure, but I do know it would fit in my pedal train bag for sure.
Nice. Yeah, when I was playing those Texas shows earlier this year, which feels like 5 years ago, I cobbled
Back in my
together
day,
back before the disease.
before the dark times.
I like took a little hacksaw and like put myself on mute on a conference call and was just like hacking a piece of wood to like be appropriately sized, and then I glued it together with clamps and put some Velcro on it. It's still it's robust enough. It lasted. It still exists.
That's funny.
Nothing like a good old 2x4 pedal board. It looks
Oh,
like
and
trash.
it's so janky, dude. It's so janky.
So
It's like it's not even a 2x4. It's just like some random pieces of wood that were left over from when I was doing some test stains and finishes on mahogany.
Well, the cool thing is, since we made them, I mean, I can make it whatever size. So, yeah, I just put the mini ones up there so people can see like all the colors and stuff of what I could do.
It would fit my band's aesthetic so perfectly. I know I'm going to need to buy one. So,
yeah.
Can you make one that's just big enough for this?
The one I have right now might even be perfectly for that.
Yeah.
That's super
That's
fun.
I'm holding up the Boss GT1000 Core guitar effects processor, which I was playing with on Friday night.
So that's like the Strymon what? That's like the Strymon the Boss made the 3 like the Strymon did.
No, this is like the Helix Stomp.
Oh, okay.
It's like a bit. It's like like a bunch of different effects,
Oh.
a couple different amp types.
Okay.
But yeah, but it was the distortions hit or miss on it, I think. But I was finding some really cool sounds in it. I can't wait to do a full demo, maybe after Christmas. I am having it's the holiday week. I'm like, why am I like stressing about releasing demos this coming week?
I know, I totally forgot it was Christmas until you were like, oh, hey guys, I'm wearing Christmas. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, Christmas.
Yes, it is Friday.
Yeah. And that was my computer that made that notification, sorry.
Oh, we didn't hear it.
Oh, okay.
I like not hearing it. Yeah, so I'm wearing, for the listeners, a Santa hat and my Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings holiday sweater, and I am sweating a lot. I'm svelting. I think that's the word. But yes, Sharon Jones got some. But every time I wear this, people ask me if it's Pulp Fiction. Like literally every time I wear this, and I'm like, it's Sharon Jones. Yes,
so
Pulp Fiction with a menorah.
Why not?
Yes.
I don't see what the big deal is. I am
Same.
not sweating like crazy. I already wore like my one Christmas shirt
Yeah.
for the entire year. Like I
You
just have the one.
really, yeah, you kind
Um,
of peaked early.
well, rude because I'm wearing a brand new shirt that I just got that I'm really excited about. And for those of you who can't see, it says it's got a picture
I'm
that
pouring
looks oddly
coffee.
like Grogu or Baby Yoda uh, or the child, depending on which name you prefer to call that creature by. But from the Mandalorian, and he's holding a looks like a Fender Mustang, and the shirt says "Come on, baby, do the magic hand thing." So my friend over at uh, Rogue Worship Memes sent it to me, and I'm really excited. Go
Yeah, I
check out
haven't watched season 2 at all, except for maybe 20 minutes of the first episode of My Brother's House.
the finale. Made my eyes moist. I won't admit any further than that, for the
Just
sake
gonna add a footnote. Moist.
moist eyes.
Ew. That's nasty.
Anyways, I go buy this shirt at Rogue Worship Leaders website because
Is it my turn to talk about what's new yet?
okay,
Yeah,
fine.
so tell people where to find the shirt.
No, just go follow.
Tell Disney where to direct their cease and desist.
All
And
right,
Tinder while you're on top of that too.
dear
I
Kathleen
don't think Tinder
Kennedy,
would do that.
you've ruined so many people's childhoods already. Please go ahead and ruin another by sending a C&D to Rogue Worship Leader, who can be found at Rogue Worship Leader on Instagram, and they've got a Linktree link to their shirt to their merch in their description.
Oh
But
yeah.
fair warning to Kathleen Kennedy. Um, this is probably the most exciting Star Wars. This like they make more exciting Star Wars content than episode 7, 8, and 9 combined. So do it out of jealousy if you want. Just know that you've been bested. Anyways, moving on.
Ooh, whatever. I got this. It is the Her Signature Stratocaster, and it is really hard to show, but it's there's other colors in the paint, and I'm blanking on the word for that. Iridescent, maybe?
It's holographic technically. I don't want to be rude and correct you, but
Thank
if
you.
you want
Thank you for correcting
if
me.
you want to know, that's
But
really the truth.
It just reminds me of like an abalone shell, kind of like the way it changes
yeah.
colors as you stare at it in different angles. But it's
Well, the dots are definitely abalone.
nice.
It plays like a silky dream. I'm really into it, and I'm really excited. They were kind of back ordered for a long time.
Those pickups sound great.
Yeah, they're really faithfully reproducing the twanginess of the strings. Yes.
Was that a piezo? Is that what we're calling it these days?
Piezo.
Piezo. No, they are actually the Fender noiseless Strat pickups, which I am familiar with because I put them in my Singer's Squire Cyclone.
Are they on
That was their
the
favorite.
A5s now? Is that what they're on? Or not N5s? Because the when I worked at Guitar
Sorry, what
Center,
are you talking about?
like what generation
What?
of noiseless are they on? Because last I checked, they were on
Oh.
N4, but I think they might have bumped up to N5 because they get better every iteration.
Well, let me see. They're currently out of stock, so I feel very special to have that. It just says Fender Vintage Noiseless Stratocaster single coil pickups.
Oh, ignore me. As you always should. No, I'm really excited that you got the Her Strat and slightly jealous. Fender, if you're listening, please send me something nice too.
Maybe just start doing demos, dude.
Because that's what the demo world needs is another white guy doing demos.
Yeah.
Named
Lots of
Andrew.
people
Another
say
white guy named Andrew, specifically, doing demos.
Yes. How many are there's a bunch.
There are a bunch. No, so I admin for that big worship group, and someone posted. I feel really bad. Like the kid meant well, but he's like, "Hey guys, I want to start a demo channel. Here's my first video. Any feedback?" And um, several people gave some, like several influencers gave some brutally honest feedback. Basically, it was like, "Look, if you're not, this isn't easy. You're not going to make a whole lot of money. The whole I'm going to get free gear out of this thing. Not really quite how this works, especially if you have rent to pay." So
Yeah.
good luck. And by the way, if you're going to do something, figure out how to make yourself original and like find your own niche. Otherwise, you're just another drop in a bucket that no one cares
Yeah.
about. I mean, there's just it hurts to say or hurts to hear that, I'm sure, but there's no way to get around that. And yeah.
Yeah, and it is so much work. I'm just in awe of some of these demo artists, like the ones who do a lot of animation, people like Devon Blue Whitaker.
Hmm.
The production quality is just so good, and then the playing is stellar. Yeah, I'm not gonna pretend that like I'm the best of anything, but
Someone just asked
I
me
think
to do a demo, and I'm just like, all right. I mean, I'll try anything once, but so that's gonna be something coming now.
yeah. I know She Shreds is about to start releasing demos. If they haven't already, they might have released it today, their first demo. But it's something I know they've been working on for a very long time.
Are you?
It's just like there's a lot of options for builders, and it is a grind to get like those first 1,000 subs, and that's
Yeah.
like
Hmm.
such an important number,
So
and it's
all of that to say, Fender, I know I'm not making demo videos, but I'm entitled. I'm a white guy. What can I say? I'm entitled.
I love those messages. I get those all the time.
yes. I will pay you in exposure dollars. Haley,
Yeah, yeah.
Haley, Haley, send me free stuff.
You know what? Let me get
Send
right
me
on that. That would just be my honor to get on that for you. Let me just send you one of everything I have. And your 150 count of followers will be great exposure to my page. So I'll just be sure to get onto that for you.
I just want everyone listening to know I've bought the straps from Haley. I paid money for them. So. Andrew's different because he's in the same niche, and they do like. I think that it's like guitar pedal builders trade their pedals with each other all the time. I'm just assuming that y'all are trading
Now,
There's
like
definitely some
stuff.
trading going on. Also, some work on
yeah,
upcoming collaborations.
Mm-hmm.
So
a
Mm-hmm.
long list of things that we just keep adding to.
I'm excited to have basically a matching strap for my Strat.
No, it's going to look so good on that. I am so excited to see
I'm
it next
holding
to it.
off. Martin from Fender, I'm holding off on doing the demo until I get the better strap for it.
I mean, unless if I just send you more free gear or something.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. I make money. I make dozens of
I make
dollars a
dozens.
week.
I'm. Oh, that's hilarious.
I'm just gonna pull a couple weeks worth of YouTube ad revenue and just funnel it straight to you. That's basically all I got this week. Thank friggin' God. Oh my gosh, so much stuff. So much stuff that I have such a backlog on demos. Oh wait, no, I got this Pigtronics synthesizer. I bought that from Musician's Friend. It was a stupid deal of the day, I think last Saturday or Sunday. And then it came in such an enormous box. I had a moment of panic. I'm like, is this guitar pedal friggin' huge? And it was just one of those cases where like the box was like at least 5 inches by like 8 inches or something, and then the image of the pedal took up like was the entire front of the box. I don't have the box handy, and I was like, is that life-size picture of the pedal? Because that's too big.
I haven't
Yeah.
gotten any pedals this Black Friday, which is surprising. I mean, I wanted to, but I almost did. I almost did, but I didn't. But I wanted to. But like, I don't know. like with the way my business has been going this year, every little bit of extra money I just want to put in back into my business right now. So I don't know, I'm just too excited about it, and I'm just like, oh no, I don't want to spend $100 on this. I could get this instead, and I'm just like, I'm never gonna buy myself anything until I'm satisfied.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why.
Get that stuff in stock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm
Did you say you got 120 orders last week?
no within the last 30 days alone. So just what this month we're already at the 20th. So yeah,
Okay. Wow.
yeah.
Good for you, man. That's so awesome.
Thank you.
I'm really glad. Like you and Andrew both been having a banner month.
Yeah.
Sounds like.
Yeah.
Andrew got ripped off. You got ripped off. They spelled tremolo wrong on your shirt. You spelled it right before.
It's tremello.
Yes.
Is it bad that I kind of wanted to make a shirt that said like tremolo with a marshmallow?
No, that's cute. Tremolo.
Tremolo. Yeah.
Tremolo fluffer.
It's definitely
Yes.
been a wild month. I am.
Yeah.
So, if you're on watching the video, you might be able to see like just like behind me on the floor. There's just crap all over the floor.
They
And
won't because it's going to be a pretty tight crop.
okay, well, close your eyes, and I want you to imagine an office floor, but just strewn with all just corner over here. We got picks. I found a random pick card for a guitar I don't even own anymore.
Ooh, what guitar? Tell me.
Strat.
Ooh, I'm not swapping that out unless it's friggin' awesome.
No, this is the original pick guard from the Chinese Strat that I got, the pink one that I had. I'm considering just tossing it. I'm like, I'm never gonna use this. But no, so what I did is I've got like several bins where I keep all of my stuff, and I finally gave up on like trying to find things. Things that never go back in the right bin, and
Nope.
things that aren't even gear related. So I just dumped it all on the ground. I'm like, all right, we're just gonna sort through all of this and see what I've got, and then I'll just sort it back in, and probably 3 bins will be condensed down to 2, if not 1. And my goodness, I don't know what I'm more shocked about having found. I found socks. I don't,
Shocking.
and they were my wife's socks. I don't know how they got in there.
She
I
put them in there.
Maybe she thought it was
What
a
were they
funny prank. I haven't asked her about it yet. Honestly,
She's probably like, where the heck are my socks?
right. But no, it was like 3 or 4 pairs of socks, like just like, but they're all like all randomly assorted though, so like none of them match. And I'm like, is this? I'm wondering like,
Oh, is your laundry machine back there?
my laundry machine is here, but I haven't actually.
Well, when I have a misplaced sock, I usually just put it near the laundry machine so that next time I do laundry, if I find its sibling, I can just.
Well, so I've got a laundry related thought here because I also found a lot of spare change. I'm wondering if our laundry machine is a portal, and when things disappear like change and socks and picks, they've just been dumping here because I've found picks that I haven't seen in years. I have found socks. I found, let's see here. I didn't even know I had dollar coins. Apparently, I have several dollar coins. This is not Chuck E. Cheese money. Like that is a George Washington president $1 coin.
Oh, Andrew, you already got your stimulus check?
'Twas the night before stimulus. Mitch McConnell climbed down the chimney.
Oh God, and more like he rose up through the embers at the bottom.
Oh, yeah. So I found all kinds of stuff. I did happen to find a couple of sets of strap lock buttons that I was wondering where they went. So I'm gonna put those on a couple of guitars so I can actually start using strap locks again. On those, I found the battery plate to my vintage Rat that I had taken off so I could Velcro mount. But then I put like in a snack baggie and like written on it in Sharpie and just tossed it in a bin somewhere. And I just haven't seen it in years. I was looking for it like 6 months ago, and I was like, well, it disappeared. It's gone.
Yeah, I'm having that issue right now with something that I lost. And like all the other parts of that guitar that I took apart are in the same bag, except for the one part that I'm looking for.
I
Like,
found a pedal I forgot I had. I mean,
what pedal?
the Ibanez compressor that I got at the Tacoma Guitar Show a couple years ago.
Oh right, yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
it's in a plastic baggie. It's completely torn apart because I was trying to troubleshoot what was wrong with it. But yeah. I mean, I bought it for $10, and the guy said I don't know if it works. So, yeah.
Well, you made out better than the last time I paid $10 for a pedal that they weren't sure worked. Once someone tried to sell me a non-functioning Whammy 4, and they're like, "Oh, it's probably just like a just a loose input jack or something." I'm like, "Yeah, or it's a fried chip that I'm never going to be able to fix." Like that's not that's not like a good gamble to take. Like you shouldn't be selling this for $75. If you don't want to take it apart, you should be selling it for 20. Like I actually got a little mad about that. I'm like, if you don't know what's wrong, it could be like if it's a fried chip, ain't nobody fixing that.
I found a USB stick. I have no idea what's on it, and I'm not sure if I should be plugging it into a computer I care about. And
if it came with your stimulus check, definitely don't.
And I found all of my Altoids tins that I used as pick tins on pedal boards that all have Velcro on the bottom. Because I also went through the phase.
More than one?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 different ones, all different colors. Apparently,
I think
at one point I wanted to color coordinate my Altoids tins to my pedal boards. Yeah, I was that worship guitar player.
But I thought people also use those for weed.
Yeah.
If they're not airtight enough, and it gets kind of stale.
Ew, gross.
Yeah. Emily was just giving me the
Get Off That podcast is sponsored by DistroKid. DistroKid makes it easy and affordable to be prolific on the internet with your music. For just $19.99 a year, you can upload unlimited music to Tidal, Spotify, Apple Music, Napster, and more. Plus, it comes with a slew of fun features, such as things that will enable your lyrics to pop up in Instagram stories when people use your music in Instagram stories. You can put your music on TikTok. You can submit your music to the Twitch soundtrack to hopefully get used in Twitch streams. And tons of cool things like that. And you get paid for doing so. You get to see breakdowns of your revenue by streaming service, by album, by song. Tons of great reporting features. And if you use the link in the video description or the podcast show notes, you can save 7% on your first year of DistroKid. And if you do it sooner rather than later, you will also be supporting this podcast. We will be getting a $10 if I did not dream about that email kickback.
You did not. I read it as well, and I got excited.
Yes. If you want to support the podcast and you were already thinking about using DistroKid, please use the link and use the distrokid.com/VIP/get offset.
Pretty please with the cherry on top.
Please.
It's true.
Please. That's huge for us.
I will mail you a maraschino cherry.
Oh, don't mail. You know I'm allergic to cherries, Andrew.
That's why I said I would do it. I'm not mailing you. Like if you sign up with the Get Offset link,
you were talking to me. Okay.
No. I'm talking to the people that are going to like pay our rent. If you sign up using the link, I will personally go to the store, buy a jar of maraschino cherries, and mail you just one for the cherry on top. I can't guarantee what it'll be like when it arrives, but it will arrive.
Nasty. That's disgusting. It'll be popped by the time it gets to them.
We're gonna get a mail from DistroKid saying we cancel our sponsorship for the cherry joke. Sorry, guys.
I actually just if you haven't seen it already, DistroKid also sponsors one or two videos that we do on the YouTube channel a month. And this past week, I did one about PROs or performing rights organizations such as ASCAP, BMI, and CSAC. And it's gotten a pretty good response. I think I think people are finding it helpful. So if you're a songwriter, go watch that video, and sign up for BMI or ASCAP, not CSAC. CSAC fired me. It's fine. Who gets dropped from their PRO? I've said it 15,000 times. Me. And our other sponsor, Andrew, if you want to hit on that one.
Oh my
is
goodness.
Sportscaster Concierge.
Yes. I'm like, wait. Oh yeah. Oh, now I feel terrible. So this is the part of the show where I feel terrible for having forgotten momentarily about our lovely sponsorship from Partscaster Concierge, and then I'm going to proceed to overcompensate with unnecessary jokes as well as an
No.
unnecessary dictation of said sponsorship. Anyways, Partscaster Concierge.
Partscaster.
Partscaster. They are not Russian, despite my accent. And no, Gary's great. Gary does really great work. I really recommend checking out what they do. Have you seen the photos that he posted about the wood enclosures that they did for Low Sounds that they're sending over?
No.
Yeah, so he did a batch of wooden enclosures he sent over to Low Sounds. So we had Low Sounds on the show a couple weeks ago. Aisha from Low Sounds, she was great. That was a whole lot of fun, and like I just saw the photo post. But yeah, so he does wood enclosures. So I can't wait to see what Low Sounds does with that. He does
They also do bodies
the
for
bodies, Partscasters bodies, which is
to your specifications for things like pickup routing.
Exactly.
Like placement.
I know that's definitely their bread and butter. I'm just like really hung up on the wooden enclosures thing because it looks sick.
You are, and he'll do a complete build for you as well. But yeah, and it's a lot. It's way cheaper than going from like I love Warmoth, and I have like a Warmoth Telecaster body. I haven't finished either, so
I'm like looking at my notes here. Partscaster Concierge sponsorship. Talk about Partscaster bodies.
Andrew.
So the pedal enclosures are really cool.
You panicked. It's what happened. You panicked. You're like
deer in headlights. So
absolutely. That was amazing.
And that thus concludes our other sponsorship that is going to result in an email saying, guys, the pedal enclosure joke was too much. We have to let you go. So, yep.
He's just going to bill me for that RD body now. Have you noticed that we've been getting like a ton of spammy comments on getoffsetpodcast.com?
I have. The emails just come in like, approve this comment. And I'm like, no. Nope.
They're all things like, you are an excessively talented blogger. And it's just like the whole post is a transcript of a podcast episode. And we're like,
dude, the bots have been at it like crazy. Oh, was it on Dog?
The thing is like, but because we have ads on the website, I don't care because we're still getting ad revenue from those idiots.
Yeah. No, bots have been going nuts these days. I got in an argument with I guess it wasn't a bot, just like a scammer who was posting on one of Dogman's posts about like, send us your personal information. We'll give you the blue check on Instagram. And so I got back and forth, and I was like, okay, if it's so easy to get a blue check, why doesn't your account have a blue check? And then I just nothing. And they messaged me all angry.
Are you serious?
Yes, I just blocked the account, but
oh, you need to send me that screenshot.
I didn't screen. It was like I just gotta laugh at it. Delete, and it just that was just the greatest.
If you're so good at getting a blue check mark, why do you know how blue check mark?
That just felt like
my God, that was
I probably should have screenshotted it, but that felt like just like the perfect power move in the moment that I really needed to
it
boost.
Was the perfect power move in that moment.
My self-confidence.
I love responding to those on Instagram when you get like, oh, please be a model for us and DM us. And I'm just like, oh, I'm so responding back to this. And I just make some ridiculously long comment for them just to waste their time.
Yeah.
Yeah, there have been some like that. We mostly get like they want us to be brand ambassadors for their fitness company.
Yeah.
This is a really great photo. DM us for DMT. I don't even know.
I'm
Um,
like a size 10. I'm not a fitness person. I run a couple times a week. But like, and then one time they're like, "We'll send you a free pair of leggings." So I went through the whole thing to get the free leggings, and I get them, and they are translucent. Like I'm like, you can see everything under here.
You're like, this is
It's amazing.
flattering for sure.
Definitely, you want to wear the polka dot panties
Oh
when
yeah,
you go for a run. Leggings.
or just go for
They start black. You put them on, and they're just peach.
none like everyone else, like at Walmart that you see.
I haven't been to a Walmart in so long. I probably haven't been to a Walmart since like 2014. Flex. It was in Columbia.
That's where they should be going for their legging ambassadors.
Yes. People of Walmart. Definitely Walmart price leggings. All right. What's our topic?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, gear.
it's your
distribution.
topic. You want to tell me all about the things that I don't know about, and then shame me mercilessly for not knowing about them.
Well, as we know, the
Preferably
holidays
in
are
that
upon
order.
us. The holidays are the season of giving and also the season of receiving. So I think a lot of people at the end of the year, they're going to find themselves with gear they don't need anymore.
Like Fender, if you've got
Maybe,
a guitar you don't need, like it's a season of giving.
And Andrew really
wow.
wants one.
I don't need another guitar.
I mean, same. I'm literally doubling up. You probably won't see it, but I'm literally doubling up on this 5 rack.
Nice.
You know what's on my 5
Yeah.
rack? A bunch of guitar straps that just like either got sewn wrong or something.
But so this I'm thinking about this because She Shreds just pretty recently launched something they're calling the Gear Redistribution Project, and they're encouraging people who are non-binary, LGBTQ plus, BIPOC, people to make requests for gear that they need to facilitate their musical journeys and creations. So for example, if you find yourself in need of an interface, you would put in a request to She Shreds, and then She Shreds is also working with people who have stuff they don't need and they don't really know what to do with it. So you put together a list of stuff you have and don't need. She Shreds compares it against the requests, and they will then send you a shipping label so you can send it to the person who needs it. And well, I think it's just a really interesting take on giving gear that you don't need, because we do tend to talk a lot in as a gear culture in general about things like flipping. People love selling stuff because pedals, like, a lot of them tend to retain their value better than some other items. Guitars tend to retain their value okay, especially if you buy them used in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really interesting, and I'm really curious as to how many people are like actually doing it. I know that people are doing it. People are filling out requests. People are saying what they have and don't need anymore. I really want to go through my assortment and see what I can let go of. But yeah, so that just kind of made me think about like where you should and should not go to donate gear. And Andrew, you said something in the pre-show.
Yeah.
Where should you not donate gear, Andrew?
I'm not going to tell people where they should or should not, but I feel compelled every year to mention that it might be worth reconsidering giving like your spare change to the Salvation Army when you go to the grocery store or donating. Because I hate to be if you're hearing this for the first time, I hate to be the one to tell you this, but they donate a lot of money to anti-LGBTQ stuff. A lot. It's kind of so it. And if you're okay with that, you know what? That's your decision. I will probably definitely judge you for it, but I don't have to know about it. But if that changes how you feel about things, I figured you ought to know about that. You ought to know.
Yeah. I also like I think people should maybe reconsider giving everything that they have to Goodwill just in general. And there are two big reasons for this. One is that um the CEO of Goodwill is very wealthy and it is a for-profit organization. It's not really a non-profit at all. It's just the idea is that they
No.
give jobs to people who need jobs,
Right.
which is cool. But another the thing that I really don't like about like gear to Goodwill, they never price that stuff reasonably in the stores. Sometimes you'll go to a Goodwill and they'll have like some janky amp for way too much money.
$80. Like the
Well,
8-inch torn cone.
yeah, and you're like, what the hell? Like, so, like, it's not really a giving situation. Like, you do get your tax write off, sure, but I bet you also get a tax write off if you donate your gear to a local school. Maybe not your weird guitar pedals, but like guitars, instruments, horns, drums, cymbals, that old piano you don't know what to do with, it's still in tune, keyboards, like that kind of stuff. Like maybe consider donating that to a local rock camp, like Rain City Rock Camp, or School of Rock, or just a local school that needs instruments for their music programs. They need things like music stands too. Um, Probably some blank sheet paper if you have it. At least they'll take the stuff and they'll put it to good use. And I think
Sure.
that's more important than like getting a tax write off, is knowing that the person who receives what you're giving
Although
is
specifically
what
with
needs it.
Goodwill, they actually, at least here in the Seattle area, if you donate like music equipment, uh, most of the time they'll set it aside and they put it up for auction on eBay.
Oh, yeah, no, they do that. Yep, I've seen it.
So Goodwill Seattle's eBay has some wild stuff on. Last time I have to stop myself from going on because I find myself bidding on things I shouldn't be. But last time I went on, there was a CE1 that was it like currently bidding at like $78 or whatever. It sold like 5 days, but yeah, you're
Wait, when was that? Is that still?
this was like a year ago.
Damn it.
I know. But I probably shouldn't have said that out loud because that just gave away my greatest secret because I have gotten a couple good steals there. But it's a good reminder that like it's not necessarily charitable. You're just giving away the profits to another organization. So if you just need to dump it, I mean, I suppose that's fine. It just, and I know that they give jobs, but they don't necessarily pay fair wages. Not to get all socialist comrade here, but I don't know. It's definitely something worth considering. Is like, how can we do that better, especially with some higher dollar items?
Yeah. No, I like the idea of the redistribution project because She Shreds is trying to make sure that people in disadvantaged or underrepresented communities are actually getting the the goods, like, and things that they actually want and or need
Sure,
to create music. And the form, it's not just like who are like they're like asking you to submit some music. It's not just like who are you, no proof of who you are, you can lie and stuff like that. But I mean, I would hope that they're vetting it. I don't really know much about how it's working. Maybe I should go to the She Shreds gear redistribution. She Shreds. I just had a stroke on the internet.
so you have a fever, lost your sense of taste or smell, and you had a Emily, I think you've got COVID.
I think I had that.
If you have anxiety, you have COVID. Every symptom listed.
I have anxiety. Somebody say anxiety.
I don't have that.
I don't think I have COVID, but I've had this weird thing for a couple of weeks where like I just don't have an appetite. And I've lost like 7 or 8 pounds just because I just haven't been eating. I realized like several days in the last week, I ate like a meal and I went to bed the other night and I realized like I skipped breakfast. I had like a relatively small lunch and at like noon, and then I was going to bed at like midnight. I'm like, I haven't eaten in 12 hours and I've had like maybe 600 calories a day and I'm not hungry and I don't know what's going on.
You should probably be consuming at least 1,200 calories a day.
Believe me, I double that on the regular, but it's just been like a weird couple of weeks where I'm just like kind of staring at the fridge and like, I don't know, like I probably should eat something, but I don't know. I feel like that's got to be like a depression symptom or something like that. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I mean it is. I think it's pretty normal and reasonable to feel depressed, both because of the time of the year and the year itself.
As if seasonal affective disorder wasn't bad enough.
Yeah, no, I've been working
Yeah.
so much lately that I'm like, oh, I forgot to eat today. But just want to get done. And when you're
Not
going,
really my problem.
yeah.
I don't really have that problem. Whoop. Sometimes I'll forget to cook, and then that's the problem. Oh, I guess it's gonna be reheating something in the freezer again.
Maybe we're just sick and tired of the fact that we've had every food option we could ever desire, and it's just getting old at this point.
Oh man, like I'll go on kicks, and then I will never want to eat that thing again. I was like making like a chicken tortilla soup a bunch of times, and the last time I made it, I really like I accidentally added way too much rice. Like I thought I added
Mm.
like the same amount of rice, but I think I accidentally
Ended
doubled
up
it.
like a rice
So
porridge.
it was disgusting. It was really nasty. What a mistake. What a farce. And I haven't made it since, but maybe I'll make it again.
So, anyways, you
But
have COVID, so you're giving away all of your stuff before you pass.
if I die, you're gonna feel like an asshole. Like you're gonna like never forgive yourself for saying that. You're gonna be like, I said that to her. I hate myself a lot.
I will be
So you
weeping
might want
as I
you.
plug in the Hearst Strat to my amp.
Oh, you are out of your damn mind if you think anyone other than my mother is going to claim that guitar.
I know. No,
Damn mind.
I just want people
Wait,
to hate
I might
me.
have a better chance of claiming it if my strap's on it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Haley knows what she's saying.
You can also reference previous me in the episode that's reminding myself that I don't need more guitars because
And also that you need to stop making these predictions because you've been right
it's
too
not.
much.
I'm not trying to predict anything.
But
I'm just
you
making offhand comments.
You made a joke about the COVID and now it's everywhere.
Yeah, was that late January, early February where I said that the world needs a new plague?
It was like this time last year.
Was it that
And I
early?
was like, it was very
Yeah.
early. It was before it was in America.
Oh, it was like first week of January because that's when I was staying at. I remember I was staying at my in-laws because my water heater was busted and I had sewage in my bathtub.
So you were sassy already.
I was particularly sassy. I was cooped up. I remember.
The thing is, that's not even the only thing you predicted, though. That's not the only thing. That's just like the biggest thing.
Well, I did also predict that the Queen of England was going to die before the end of the year, and that hasn't happened yet. So
Stop it.
So here's the play. So I made a couple of accidental right predictions. So now here's the play, is I have to now make a series of absurd predictions, and when they all fail, it's going to undermine my reputation that I've unwittingly developed for predicting things. Because I don't want to be blamed.
It's not worth the risk. I don't want to risk this.
I don't know, Voodoo.
I your soul.
Just that Holy Spirit prophecy.
I don't like it.
Well, I don't like it either. If it makes you feel any better.
I don't think anyone likes any of this.
No, nobody. Everyone's like, "Shut up, Andrew! Andrew, stop it! Stop it!"
I'm just gonna have to turn off my phone. I'm just gonna turn my phone off on Tuesday. People are in the Patreon chat, which reminds me.
Oh yeah,
you got this is your second to last call for joining Patreon at the $1 level.
And getting access to our super secret Discord server.
Which has been a whole lot of fun. My particular favorite channel right now is the Star Wars channel because we've been talking about the season. The season finale of Mandalorian was mind-blowing.
I'm gonna say the biggest reason I really wanted to move to Discord was because I was so sick of Mando chat being in the Facebook chat for the page. It was like too chaotic, and I was like, "Stop it."
Well, anyways, and if you're concerned about seeing spoilers that you don't want to see, a couple of things is one, we have a really strong policy on making sure to add the spoiler tag to everything that's related to new episodes.
I
And
feel
so
like that tags on like everything in that channel because I poked it. I'm like,
I
everyone's talking
literally have
about
it
it. I
pulled
need
up
to
here,
spoil it
and
for
there is
myself.
one message on the entire page that isn't blacked out. Uh, so yeah, no, so you don't have to worry about spoilers at all. You have to go into the chat, see all of the black spoiler bars, and then click on the bars to see anything. So you have to, it's pretty intentional if you see anything. So we're pretty good
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, and I very intentionally like I tried to spoil it for myself because I am never gonna watch it probably, and I still was like unhide. I'm like I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I just had someone spoil it for me because they're like, Haley, you haven't watched it yet. And I was like, I have been busy working like all month. And I'm like, fine, just tell me since you're just going to die on the inside. And maybe I'll get to it at some point. But I've been so busy working. I'm just like, fine, just ruin it. Someone else will
Just
ruin
tell
it.
me.
Someone else is going to ruin it for me. So do it.
Yeah, it's kind of like one of those things where like if you're not on it quickly enough, you
Yeah,
just know somebody's by the time like you get around, it's going to be like people have decided that there should not be spoilers.
exactly.
I got really mad when the Masked Singer was tweeting about who won the season of the Masked Singer before it aired on the West Coast. East Coast, stop freaking doing that. Stop it. I don't get to watch it live.
When you guys were talking about Star Wars earlier, I was going to make a comment about episode 9, but I was like, is it still too new for me to say a spoiler or not? I'm like, I don't want to ruin it for someone else.
No, Kathleen Kennedy ruined it for me just fine.
No,
Thank you.
yeah, no, it's true. I
don't
yeah.
I don't know who that is, but it's fine.
She's
said
now
that name
like
like 50 times.
she's like the Disney like director over all things Lucas
Yeah.
films that they acquired. So she manages all things Star Wars.
Yeah.
And I disagree with her management choices.
I forget. I think it was in the other Discord you and I are in, the No Gear Talk, and someone did a confessional that they think Star Wars is overrated, and I was like, yeah.
They are entitled to their opinion, and I am entitled to enjoy the things that I enjoy. I'm not.
It's just so much. It's so much Star Wars, and I just like. I feel like it was more special when it wasn't just so much.
Not that
I think it's
like
very.
brought him over
It's
here.
like
Too.
I think Star Wars. But listen, I think Star Wars is very good. But I think it's a little overwhelming.
Not that this guy's just sitting here just staring at me. Just sitting in the corner.
Yeah, I have a Stormtrooper costume, and I've seen all of the movies, and I will watch the Mandalorian. I don't have time to like watch the Clone Wars stuff, and I like started watching the Clone Wars stuff, and I was like, I don't like this.
I'm on
it's a children's.
season
It's really
5 watching with Melissa, my mom. We're almost to the end because then season 6 is really short, and then season 7 is only 8 episodes. So almost to the end of Clone Wars with them. Very excited.
All I want so badly from the Star Wars franchise, and I'm sure this would cost me bajillions of dollars, but if you ever see something online that says this person won $1 bajillion and it happens to be me, I would for sure buy a Millennium Falcon and make that the Rocket Music Gear Guitar Strap Factory. 150%. 150%.
Oh my god, that sounds so expensive.
Oh yeah. I wonder if it costs more to make, or if it's going to cost more in all the fees of paying Disney for it.
I don't know. Remember when this episode had a topic? I think it's fine when the topics are like 15 minutes, honestly.
Okay, so I didn't really say a whole lot on the topic other than like poo-pooing on Goodwill a little bit, but to be fair to Goodwill, I think I don't want to be completely rude about it because I do think thrift shops are a really important part of being conscious about reusing items and not just mindlessly consuming. So I really do think that there's a really strong right. And so like there's Goodwill in the Seattle area. There's also Value Village, which I also go to. There's a
don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You just Google it, dude. I don't have time.
Okay.
There's a reason they keep getting sued.
I feel like such a blind consumer out there in my particular.
They lie about being a nonprofit or not for profit. It's kind of the gist of it.
I kind of just assumed that they were for profit. I never. Anyways, so I feel bad because I've shot there before. There's also a completely independent thrift store in my neighborhood that I go to that I enjoy. And I think it's really there's a whole lot of merit to the whole recycle reuse. Plus, insert obligatory Macklemore is awesome quote here. Um,
I mean, I
college
love
memories.
thrifting. Thrifting is one of the joys of playing shows outside of the city in which you live. You just go to thrift stores and and you shop, and then maybe sometimes you buy something. Then that's why you don't have any money at the end of your
Oh, that
series of
reminds me of
shows.
something that of an episode that we had planned that we're gonna have to replan once things start opening up again. Next time Covet comes to town.
Oh, right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's
Right.
some Goodwill related content, and that's all I'm gonna say. That Yvette and I had a chance to talk about it, Nam, and
Mhm.
I wanna make that happen. Just want this
Yeah.
pandemic over. Uh, no. So as far as like the whole like the mantra of like recycle, reuse, all of that, and being a conscious
Reduce, reuse,
consumer,
recycle.
reduce, reuse, recycle. That's the three. I always forget the reduce. Um, more is better. Yada yada. I think it's all really the idea of going to Goodwill. And all that's really nice, but knowing that there's a bit more of a conscious, like making sure it ends up in the right hands, and not just like the retiree with a
Yeah.
ton of money who has a chance to go during the early hours, and just snags all the good stuff at your local thrift shop. Then I think that's really neat. Nothing against retired
Yeah.
people, but a little jealous of your time and discretionary income or spending. No, so making a concerted effort to make sure that the gear ends up in the right hands and kind of just like levels the playing field a little bit more. I think that's really great. I think that's that She Shreds is doing is She Shreds like paying for all the labels out of pocket, or are they asking donators?
They're asking for donations for shipping, so even if you don't have something, check out the link in the video description. You can donate money for the shipping fund in addition to your gear. And you
Gotcha.
can look through like the application process to get the gear. It's pretty in depth. They really seem to be like making sure that it's actually people who are underrepresented in music who are getting the things. And before anyone like gets mad like that they need stuff too, like people can give their stuff in the ways that they want to give their stuff. Nobody is making any like you're not giving your stuff to She Shreds and they're just like giving it willy nilly. It's like you're
Right.
making a concerted effort to give your gear to donate your gear to someone who's underrepresented. And if that's what you want to do, I applaud it. If you have other ways you prefer to donate your gear, if you want to give it to veteran organizations, that's also cool.
Mhm.
But like there it's just like I think just being a little being thinking about not just like hoarding all of your stuff, like maybe if you love it set it free, maybe making somebody else's day. Like they're also like the Seattle Gear Swap, you see donations in there sometimes. Seattle has a slew of buy nothing groups on Facebook where the goal of those groups is to reduce
Mhm.
consumption by recycling things throughout the community. And I've gotten things and given things that way as well. Just like to consider giving as much as you get, or at least giving a little bit. Um, I think that is a worthy endeavor indeed. And there are lots of people in need. And again, She Shreds bent is basically to promote underrepresented people in music. So like I'm just gonna say, don't get all grumpy that that's what they're doing,
Yeah.
because that's what they're for. Because I just people do that.
Yeah. It's interesting that you bring this topic up because I'm just now making the realization that I literally have a stack of like some assorted things that I'm just giving away. And I was planning on just posting up locally to a couple of the Facebook groups just so I could basically let people pick stuff up at the curb. Uh,
Yeah,
and I'm wondering in my head now if any of it's worth shipping and making a point of giving away through She Shreds. Um,
I mean, I have a Focusrite 2i2 that I might that right now my drummer's borrowing it, but afterwards I'll probably put it in their hands. I mean, I have you know plenty of other things that I don't really want to name out loud. I don't think I could give away any of my guitars just because even the Squire ones are very heavily modified right
sure.
now. Like if I wanted to give away the Cyclone, I would have to pull the pickups out of it because the pickups are worth more than the guitar.
Yeah. Well, I don't have a guitar that I could give away. They all have various amounts of sentimental value, irreplaceability at this point,
So
except
guitars
maybe
are a
the
pain in
bass.
the
But
ass
I
to
only
keep.
have one bass. Anyways, yeah, that's I'm just kind of now sitting here going, it's Christmas time. It's a great time of year to give, and um, wow, I feel like I just became a KEXP host saying that. But welcome to KEXP for our winter give drive.
I'm Troy Nelson.
Uh,
Who's your favorite KEXP DJ? Mine's Evil
I
from Audio Oasis.
am terrible at remembering DJ names, so I have no idea. I kind of just put KEXP on during the week when I'm working from home, just on the hi-fi system behind me, and just let it it's just noise. It's kind of nice. It's not offensive. Non-offensive noise. But they just did the KEXP awards, and you hear Deep Sea Diver
Yeah,
got
Deep Sea Diver Album of the Year
from KEXP.
voted
Yep.
by KEXP listeners. That's so awesome. We had them on the podcast early in quarantine talking about their stay home stems. So go back and listen to that episode. I bet we couldn't get them now if we wanted.
Yes. We got them just in the nick of time before they got too famous to be friends with us.
Still my neighbors.
Right. No, I think it'd be fun to
Yeah.
just add it to the list of people that I'd love to hang out with once things open up again. I am itching to get poked with a needle right now.
Yeah.
Preferably
Well, we were in talks with them to do something cool last year, and then COVID hit. So
yep. Oh, plenty of ideas that we've got kicking around.
yes,
I
after
really want to
COVID,
see
after we all
them.
get vaccinated, my neighbor is going to get vaccinated by the end of the month because she's a nurse. So I get to watch the effect on her.
Yeah, no, I've got a whole lot of nursing friends from undergrad that are all posting like pictures of themselves or videos of themselves getting vaccinated. I'm like, you go, Glen Coco. I'm jealous.
For you, Glen Coco. You go, Glen Coco.
And the UK's all my British friends are getting it, and which I think it's fair that the UK gets first go at it because after centuries of genocidal colonialism, I think it's about time they take one for the team of humanity.
You're just extra spicy today.
I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the
I was like, man, stop. No, yeah,
it's the new coffee. I'm drinking a rocks glass.
There was one morning that I woke up and I immediately opened Facebook and I see something on like the Guitar Nerds and just like men arguing about feminism. I'm like, it is too early for this.
And we're shutting this down. Walk away.
Oh yeah, that thread got deleted before I could get myself into too much. But I think I just commented, it is too early for me to see all these men just like argue about what feminism means.
You
Whether or
breathe
not
in
the
for 5
South
seconds,
pussy
you hold
power
it for
is
6
feminist.
seconds, and you breathe out for 7 seconds. And then you chuck your laptop out the window and make yourself some coffee. Preferably in that order.
Neat. Well, Haley, tell us where people can find you and your products.
I am on SD, Reverb, and I have a website, and it's just rocketmusicgear.com. What else am I on? I am on YouTube, but I mainly like Instagram is like the big one. But it's all at Rocket Music Gear.
Check the video description and show notes for those links. Also, don't forget about our DistroKid affiliate link. We also have a Reverb affiliate link if you want to buy Haley's straps. You can click on our Reverb affiliate link, and we will get 1% back on those purchases. It doesn't cost you anything extra. Patreon.com/getoffset to support us on Patreon and get access to our super secret Discord server. Getoffsetpodcast.com/shop for our merch. Please rate and review on iTunes. I say a little afraid.
Especially after all the things I've said today. I don't know what's got to me today. I feel like I became unhinged a little bit.
I feel like you
At
have
least, at least
you have the big
Go
stir
ahead.
stick, Andrew, and you're just over there just stirring it.
Just
yeah.
maybe wait until you listen to me next week after I've calmed down a little bit, and then leave a nicer
Post
review,
Christmas.
or just leave a review now and just like let everyone know how terrible I am.
Oh,
But as long as it's 5 stars, we're good. 5-star reviews only, and
sometimes,
then you can say whatever you want about me. How's it? That seems like a
sometimes,
fair contract, right?
sometimes it's not 5 stars, and they still say mean things.
Rude. No, leave 5 stars and then say something mean about me. I think that seems like a completely fair like exchange here.
Like, comment, subscribe on Yoldy YouTube, and I would like to thank everyone who listened this year and watched and subscribed and supported us. I know this is not our last episode of the year, but in the spirit of Christmas cheer, in which I am the only one in this group who's like on brand and on theme, thank you very much.
No, I've got not to show off other brand straps, but I've got a sweater strap.
Andrew, you are digging a hole.
Wait, what? Who made that strap? Is that a Fender strap?
It's not me.
Was that you?
It's kind of
Is that you?
No, that's why I said, Andrew, you're digging a hole. He just brought out some other strap.
What's that strap from?
I got it when I worked at Guitar Center. Is like one of the last things I bought before I left because I could
Okay.
get it for like $2 on the discount or whatever. And it was my last shift, and the store manager was out, so it was just me and the lead. And the lead's like, I shouldn't be approving any employee sales with it after you've put in your 2 weeks, but it's your last day. Lead isn't here, and I'm quitting next week anyways. So
Oh,
just start throwing things in bags, and I'll make sure you get taken care of. So I walked
okay.
out on my last shift with a bag in hand. That was one of the things in there.
Well,
Yeah.
well, thanks for watching. Thanks for understanding. Thanks for listening. Thanks for understanding. It's not the same. It's not the same.
It's not, but it's kind of fun. I like it.
It's too much. It's
My name is
lot.
Andrew.
My name is Emily. That's Haley. Goodbye. Happy holidays.
Bye.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.